In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi guys, oh my god, welcome back to the MyIBSLife podcast. Okay, this has truly been the most frustrating podcast episode to film. I'm gonna get into that in a second. But hi, my name is Christine and I am the creator of the MyIBSLife Instagram account. I'm so glad you're here. Oh my god, I so badly wanted my fiance / co-host Jay to be here doing this episode with me, and I've actually already have tried to film this episode twice. Not once, but twice. This is my third attempt at doing this episode. The first 2 times were with Jay, and we tried shooting it last Friday night after a few drinks. I thought it was gonna be super fun. We got a few minutes into it and then something unrelated happened, and I had a meltdown for 3 hours, over 3 hours. And it's the type of meltdown that like I was sobbing and my mascara was like running up, down, sideways, all over my face. It was insane. So clearly that didn't work out. And then we actually tried filming this yesterday while we were on like a mini vacation for our 3-year anniversary. It was really cool too because we obviously filmed it and we were in a hotel room. We went to Atlantic City, New Jersey, which is like a Walmart version of Las Vegas in New Jersey. But we had a really cool hotel room. It looked great. The only problem was we filmed it and then I went to go edit it last night, and the entire time it looked like I hated Jay. My resting bitch face was so bad and I was so unaware of it, and it literally looked like I hated him. And I was like, okay, we cannot be posting a proposal story where it looks like I fucking hate you the whole time. Like, that's awful. And it wasn't even like I was mad at him or anything. We filmed it right when we woke up. We were just like low energy. It just wasn't there. So here I am today. Jay's back at work. I'm by myself. I'm gonna try to tell you this damn proposal story by myself. It won't be as good because it was great when Jay was here and was able to tell it from his perspective, but we're here. And the only reason I even want to share the proposal story is not to like flex on you guys, because honestly, who gives a fuck? It's not to flex on you guys or anything or be like, oh my god, I'm engaged. I just thought it was truly funny that it related to and revolved so much around my IBS and my chronic illness. I just thought it was a good story to share. I know I shared a brief overview of it on Instagram when I posted some of the pictures, but I definitely left out a lot of details. So if you're here and you want to hear it, let's dive in, shall we? I do feel like I have to burp. Give me a second. Yes? No? Maybe? Okay. It's gonna wait. It's gonna wait until I'm in the middle of the story and then I'll have to burp like 800 times. Let's get started though. Okay. So, as a little bit of background information about our proposal, yes, I did know it was coming. Jay and I started looking at rings together at the end of January, very beginning of February. We went to one store together one weekend just to look at what was there. Jay wanted to get a feel for what type of ring I wanted, and I didn't even know what type of ring I wanted, so we went together. There it is, thank you. We went together to look at the rings. The first store we went to was a complete letdown. Like I just felt like there was really nothing special there at all. So then the next weekend we went to a different store. The first store that weekend, the first ring I saw, I knew I wanted it. I tried it on. It was beautiful. I was obsessed with it. Jay dragged me to like 5 other stores, and I just knew that I wanted that one specific ring that I had found in the first store of the second weekend we looked. And then we went home. I couldn't shut the fuck up about it. I was so obsessed with it. I was telling him, I'm like, that's the ring. Like, that is it. Like, please buy that ring for me if you're gonna buy me a ring. And so the next day, we went back to the store. Jay made me try it back on, made sure I loved it, which I did. I like couldn't even believe that he might possibly buy this ring for me. And then he made me go sit in the car for like an hour and a half while he stayed in the store and negotiated price. He came out. We keep arguing on whether, like, he tried to keep it a surprise and not make it obvious that he definitely bought the ring, but I knew he bought the ring. So that was just kind of like a backstory of the proposal thing. So I knew he bought the ring and I knew it was coming. I just didn't know exactly when or how he was going to propose. So he bought it, I think, the week before Valentine's Day. Naturally, I thought I was gonna get engaged on Valentine's Day, but he didn't want to do that. He thought that was too hokey, and that's fine. But each week that passed, I was like, oh yeah, this is it. This weekend, he's gonna propose. That's gonna be it. He also wasn't hiding the ring. He would literally leave, like, the ring was in the box, but he would leave the box out, like, on the kitchen counter, on the dining room table, literally in plain sight. For me to just like see it, I had to start hiding my own engagement ring so that I wouldn't just like put it on and start wearing it, like dead ass. Like, I don't know why he did that, but so I ended up hiding the ring in our downstairs bathroom. If you're watching on YouTube, I'm like kind of pointing to it. I hid it in our downstairs bathroom in a cupboard we have in there, and I tried to forget about it, which of course I didn't. There comes this weekend. It was the last weekend of March, I believe. I think it was like the 26th or something. But Jay starts asking me if I want to, it was a Saturday, he starts asking me if I want to go to dinner at the restaurant we went to on our first date. Which instantly made me think, okay, he's proposing tonight, because the restaurant we went to on our first date, we now live an hour and a half away from that restaurant. We moved to a different part of New Jersey. We're farther away from it. So I was like, okay, he obviously wants to bring me to this restaurant for a special occasion, right? And of course I wanted to say, yeah, let's go. Like a homegirl wants to get engaged tonight. But at the same time, it's an hour and a half away, right? So instantly I'm just thinking about my stomach and my IBS, and I'm like, okay, this is like, let alone like just going to the restaurant that's an hour and a half away and having to worry about what I'm gonna eat. Am I gonna feel good? Am I gonna feel good for the car ride there and the car ride home? Am I gonna survive? But this is going to be a proposal. So let's add even more layers to this, right? Let's add all the emotions I'm gonna feel. Let's add the anxiety I'm gonna feel, and the excitedness and the nervousness I'm gonna feel on the way to the restaurant. Am I even gonna want to eat? Like, am I already gonna be nauseous by the time we get there because I'm just gonna be so overcome with like emotions, like, and then I'm gonna cry when he proposes, and that's gonna trigger all my symptoms. I'm gonna like shit my pants at this restaurant in front of everyone after getting engaged. Like, it just created this like storm of thoughts in my head, and I'm sure you guys can like understand what I was feeling and kind of like relate to that, because emotions and stress are my #1 IBS triggers. Whether I'm extremely happy, extremely excited, extremely nervous, extremely angry, it just translates to diarrhea. Diarrhea, and a lot of it, and a lot of nausea. So as much as I wanted to go to this restaurant, I was like, oh fuck, like, I don't know. But anyway, then Jay kind of starts to change his mind anyway. He's like, you know, it's already like 3 o'clock, it's an hour and a half away. We probably have to make a reservation. Like, maybe it's not worth driving all the way up there. So then I kind of get bummed out, right? I'm kind of like, so are you not proposing to me tonight? Like, what is going on? And Jay's like, why don't we just cook dinner here? We'll have a nice night at home, a nice dinner, and we'll just like hang out. So then I'm like, ugh. All right, fine. Yeah, we'll do an at-home date night. And at this point, it's not like I'm bummed out that he's gonna propose at home. I don't think he's proposing at this point. So I'm like, okay, whatever. And then a few minutes later, he comes back into the room and he's like, hey, I'm gonna go head out to Walmart. I need to buy something for my car. And I usually go with him when he runs errands on the weekends, because that's kind of our time to like hang out, even if we're running errands. So I'm like, oh, do you want me to go with you? And I kind of wasn't feeling well, so I was like, if he says no, I'm not gonna be heartbroken. And he was like, no, like I don't need you to come to Walmart. Like, you know, I'm buying stuff for my car. I should be back relatively soon. And I'm like, okay, fine. Like, I'll stay home then. And then Jay's gone for like 2 hours at least, because in that 2-hour time period, I was like, you know what, let me go take a shower. Let me go put my nails on, because I kept buying fake ass nails from just CVS, like, or Walmart to put on my hands every weekend since he bought the ring, because I was like, homegirl's gotta be prepared for the moment. So I was like, let me take a shower. Let me put my nails on just in case. Like, I'm pretty sure it's not gonna happen tonight, but just in case, let me put my nails on and get ready and stuff. And I got through all of that, which takes me a long time, and he still wasn't home. And I remember texting him like, are you good? Like, what the fuck are you doing? I thought you were just going to Walmart. And he's like, yeah, oh my God, they just don't have the parts I need at Walmart. So I'm like going to all these different stores. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then Jay comes home a little bit later. He comes in with like one bag of something. And he's like, oh yeah, you know, I got half of what I needed. I couldn't find the rest of what I needed at the stores. I'm just gonna have to order it online. It was like very weird. But because it was like about car stuff, like I didn't really care. I didn't care to ask any questions. I was just like, okay, whatever, like go order it online, I guess. So then Jay starts to prepare dinner, and I remember this night, it was like the perfect night. It was just such the perfect night. He was cooking dinner in the kitchen. He was making, you know, one of our favorite meals, and it was like a beautiful like summer day in March. It was like 70 degrees out. We had the sliding glass doors open in our family room. The kitties were looking out the window. We were drinking wine. We had music going. It was just like a perfect night. And I remember taking a Snapchat video of like me drinking wine, Jay in the kitchen, filming like the sky. The sky looked beautiful with the sunset. It was warm, and I sent it to my friends on Snapchat with the caption like, this night couldn't get any more perfect, which is funny now looking back at that. Yeah, and so Jay and I eat dinner. It was a great dinner, but inevitably I felt sick after, right? Because anytime I put anything in my body, I just get sick. So immediately after dinner, I start feeling nauseous, I'm bloated, I have no energy, like I just feel like shit. So I'm like laying on the couch, and but I'm still under the assumption that Jay and I are kind of having like an at-home date night. So I'm like, okay, maybe we'll just watch a movie, maybe we'll play a board game, something. You know, I gotta perk up because we're supposed to be having a date night, I can't be sick. But Jay suggests, do you want to take a bath? Which is really weird, because it's not weird for me to take a bath when I don't feel well. I like live in the bathtub. Anytime I feel sick, I immediately go in the bath, because the bath is like a giant heating pad to me. It makes my anxiety lower so much. It helps my body not be sore or tight. It helps my nausea. Like, the bath is just a cure-all for me. But what is different about this situation is that Jay never wants me to take a bath because he knows when I go to take a bath, I'm in there for at least 2 hours. So if I'm gonna go take a bath, those are 2 hours that he's not gonna be hanging out with me. So when he asked if I wanted to take a bath, I was like, excuse me? Are you insisting I take a bath? And I was like, oh my God, no, I'm not gonna take a bath. Like, we're trying to have a date night. Like, I don't need to take a bath. I'll be fine. He's like, no, seriously, do you wanna take a bath? It's okay if you want to. And then he says, I'll even run the bath for you. I have been with Jay officially for 3 years now. Never once, never one time has he ever suggested running the bath for me or offered running the bath for me. So I'm like, what the hell is going on? Still, I'm not like suspecting that he's gonna propose. I'm just like, do I really look that sick? Does he know I'm like anxious? Maybe he's just being nice. Maybe he feels bad that we're not going to the restaurant or something like that. I was like, if you want me to take a bath, I'll take a bath, but I don't want to ruin our date night. And he's like, no, it's okay, you can take a bath. And I was like, okay. And he's like, okay, I'll go run it. So he like goes upstairs, I hear the bath running, and then he runs downstairs, goes out the front door, which again, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see me point to it. It's like right down there. I was on this couch behind me. He comes down the stairs that are in the background, runs out the front door. I'm like, where is he going? Is he leaving? He comes in a few minutes later with like 3 or 4 bags full of stuff. And before I can even ask what's going on, he starts running up the stairs saying, I gotta go take a shit, don't come upstairs. I'm like, what the F? Like, what is happening? And then that freaks me out, right? Because Jay has this like iron stomach. Nothing bothers his stomach really. It's very, very weird when he has stomach issues. So my stomach's hurting. I'm like, oh shit, did we eat something that was like spoiled? Did we not cook the meat enough? Like, that's of course where my fucked up brain is going, is I have food poisoning, he has food poisoning. I start to get really anxious and nervous. That makes my symptoms get 10 times worse. Jay is then in the bathroom for what felt like forever, right? The bath was going the whole time. I'm like, what is he doing? He comes down the stairs again. Like, I don't even know, probably 15 minutes later, he comes down the stairs. He stops on the platform of our stairs. I hear him stop there. He takes like a deep inhale sigh, just like, and then he goes into the small bathroom, which is right where like our stairs are. I hear him go in, and then a few minutes later he comes out and runs back up the stairs, and I'm like, are you okay? And he's like, oh, my stomach's hurting so bad, I'm having stomach problems, blah blah blah. Runs upstairs, goes back into the upstairs bathroom. Again, I'm now thinking, okay, he's having diarrhea, which is not a good sign for me because Jay never has diarrhea. I'm definitely gonna have diarrhea. We both have food poisoning right now, or we're both having like an IBS episode. Jay doesn't even have IBS. Like, I'm just freaking out at this point. I'm like, what is going on? I start Snapchatting my friends again, telling them what's going on. And one of my friends just responds back, he's definitely proposing to you tonight. I'm like, do you really think so? So then I remember that I hid the ring in the downstairs bathroom in the cupboard. And it starts clicking. I'm like, huh. Did he just come down to grab the ring and then go upstairs? So I go in the small bathroom down here, check for the ring, and it's gone. So then I'm like, okay, he might actually be proposing right now. And then I'm like, so he's not having stomach problems. This is all a setup. He's obviously doing something in the bathroom, of all places, to set up this proposal, which I'm happy about at this point because I was like so not in the mood to take a bath next to the toilet that I thought he was having explosive diarrhea in while he was in the bathroom for like what felt like 6 hours. So I'm like, okay, thank God. He's actually probably just setting up something in the bathroom. He's probably not sick, whatever. But of course now I'm getting anxious and nervous about being proposed to, right? So I still feel like shit. I'm still sick as fuck. I'm so nauseous. I'm like sweating at this point. I'm bloated. It hurts. It's like horrible. I feel like I'm gonna have diarrhea at any second. And at some point Jay comes downstairs and he's like, do you want to come upstairs and take your bath? And I'm like, yeah, are you feeling okay? And he's like, yeah, I'm okay now. And I'm like, all right. So I go upstairs and he like doesn't really let me in the bathroom at first. The thing you should know about me and Jay is we are very touchy-feely towards each other. That's kind of our love language, is kind of just like cuddling, holding hands. Like, we're very touchy-feely, but when it comes to communicating, like saying out loud how much we love each other, we're both really bad at it. We're both extremely uncomfortable with our emotions, especially lovey-dovey emotions. So it is not normal or natural for Jay to be getting down on one knee and asking me to marry him. So he's literally making me stand outside our bathroom, which at this point I'm happy that I'm outside of the bathroom because I know what's about to come. I'm so nervous about it. I literally felt like I was going to projectile vomit, or like I know I say I shit my pants a lot, but I truly thought I might shit my pants in that moment because I was so nervous. I was so glad we were right near the bathroom because I was like, I might have to run in there and like puke or poop my pants. I don't know which one at this point. But we're like standing outside the bathroom door, and finally Jay gets down on his knee and asks me to marry him. It was like I couldn't even really react because I was just so overwhelmed with like nervousness and anxiety. It was like crazy. But then he like leads me into the bathroom, and I'll put some pictures and stuff. But yeah, the bath was, our bath and our bathroom is just disgusting. It's not a pretty bathroom. It's not a pretty bath. It's gross. But he did his best to make it look pretty. And he put like seashells around the bathtub. And then obviously the tub was filled with water, but in the water there was floating flowers and flower petals, and there were floating candles. He put some of the seashells in the tub, and what he was doing in there, instead of just all of that, he made like a float, which again I'll put pictures if you're watching this on YouTube, or you can go check it out on Instagram. But he made like a float where he put fake flowers on it, and in the center of the float and all the flowers around it was the box with my engagement ring in it. And then we both, like, he sat down on the toilet and I sat on his lap on the toilet, and I cried like a fucking baby. But yeah, that was our engagement story. And I just thought it was funny to share because it literally, like, he literally planned it around having dinner at home, but still inevitably knowing that I would get sick and want to take a bath. So he did good. It was good. It was a very personalized, Christine type of proposal. It was funny. It was cute. I was impressed by what he did, by making the bath pretty and making it all nice. It was funny that he was pretending to have stomach issues to try to make it more real. I fell for it for a while. But yeah, that was our proposal story. I guess I couldn't show my ring. I hate like being like, here's my ring. I think it's like stupid. I don't know, but you guys have probably already seen it. But yeah, I don't know if it'll focus. I don't know if you can see that. This is my engagement ring. On my middle finger, actually, it's kind of cute. This was like a fake promise ring Jay gave me when we first started dating. Literally on our first, we met at a bar, and then it was supposed to be a one-night stand, but somehow I'm marrying him now. But during our one night stand, when I went back home with him, we had like joked that we were gonna get married and stuff, which is hilarious. I remember texting my friends on that night too, saying I was gonna marry this guy because I was obsessed with Jay. I still am, but yeah, anyway. And then when we started dating, he bought me like a fake promise ring. It's literally like a $20 ring from Walmart, and I wore it on my hand every day. So yeah, I have like the promise ring on my middle finger, and then the glow up ring, aka my engagement ring, on my ring finger now. But yeah, that's it. And that's kind of our story. And now we are in the process of planning our wedding. We just picked a date for our wedding. It's going to be in September of 2022. And I am overwhelmed, and I don't know, are you guys married? Did you get married when you had IBS? Do you have any tips for me? What did you guys do? I would love to hear it. I would love to hear your engagement stories. I would love to hear, if you're not engaged, like how you're feeling about possibly ever getting engaged or having a wedding with IBS, like your fears on it. I think it's all so funny. So let me know in the comments or on Instagram or anything what you're thinking. But yeah, that was our story, and that's all I really have for you guys today. I hope that this was entertaining or anything. Maybe it was stupid, maybe you guys don't care, and that's totally fine too. But yeah, if you are watching this on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. I'm going to be uploading a podcast every other week. So my next podcast will be up in 2 weeks from when I'm uploading this. And then on the weeks that I'm not uploading a podcast, I'll be uploading like a normal YouTube video. And I think my next YouTube video for next week will be me talking about how I was like diagnosed with irritable bowel syndrome and stuff like that. So yeah, subscribe, and if you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you might be, feel free to leave a review. It really helps me out. And yeah, I love to hear your thoughts, and if you have any recommendations on what I could talk about or do better, I would love to hear that as well. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram at MyIBSLife. You can also find me everywhere else on the internet: Snapchat, TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere. So thank you guys so much for being here. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being part of me and Jay's life and part of this journey. So many of you said congratulations, and we're so happy with us when we first got engaged and I first posted about it, and it was so overwhelming, and I could not be any more fucking grateful for every single one of you. So with that, I will see you guys in my next video. I will talk to you in my next podcast. Mwah! Bye guys.